Hey, what's up YouTube? This is part 2 of the K20Z1 swap. Basically we got the donor car getting ready to drop the motor. I'll basically be releasing the car we'll be doing on Monday, so you'll see that car that we're going to be putting this motor swap into. So let me know what you guys think it's going to be in the comments or whatever. So I'm going to show you guys how to drop this engine in so you guys can do it yourself if you ever are going to be soon doing a K20 swap, so you can just knock it out yourself and you don't have to worry about anybody. But yeah, I'll basically start getting on this. First thing I'll probably do is just disconnect the battery, disconnect the intake, probably take apart the bumper, shift cables and stuff, clamps. A lot of this stuff is just 10s and 12s, so I mean it's pretty simple, and if you're lifting it from the top you don't really have to worry about anything from the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and start knocking this stuff out, and then we'll go kind of step by step on how to drop the swap. Alright, so I got my intake off and took the bumper off as well. So I got the car jacked up and get ready to take the wheels off. But I kind of wanted to show you guys the simple things that you can do while just disassembling. It's just a couple 10s and 12s. So yeah. Alright, so got my front bumper off, and I got my intake off, took the battery off. It was just 2 10s. Intake literally wasn't even on there by anything. It was just actually just on there, so didn't have to do anything with that. I got ahead of the power steering. It's 2 12 bolts basically, and then there's 2 10s for the high pressure hose, and then another 10 for the bottom of the power steering pump. So I did kind of get ahead of that. But since I am recording, I can tell you we got a ground right here, so let's start getting rid of those. And then we have another one down here. I don't know if you can see it. It's not really seeing anything, but it's right next to the slave cylinder. It's another 10. I'm gonna have to get to the throttle cable, so you're gonna have to take the VTEC cover off. So it's 2 10s right there. That'll help you get to either the 2 10s. You can either take it off like that, or you can just take it off with the 12. I'll be doing that next, but just kind of giving you like some easy stuff you guys can start taking off. This whole 10 just to get the K-series prepped. Radiator. 4 or 5 screws. So it's all 10s. Pretty simple. There's also another 10 at the bottom on the T-bar, because it's a lot easier to take this whole thing off. So I'm actually gonna take that off right now, and then while I'm filming, let me go ahead and do the slave cylinder. A slave cylinder is actually a 12, so I knock that out real fast while I am filming. Trying to do a little bit more just on site so you can see. I know a lot of people want me to do more time lapse. Yeah, this gun is not that powerful, so I'm gonna have to do that by hand. But it's just 2 12 millimeters right there, and then right here there's another 3 12s for the shift linkage, and then you got 2 12s right here. Are those 12s? Yeah, let me make sure. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, I got 2 12s right there, and then 2 12s at the bottom of this plate. So I'm gonna take that off, get this T-bar off, and then we'll continue from there. Alright, so got my T-bar off. Like I said, it's a 10 millimeter bolt just at the bottom, and then there's some clamps as well. You can just use like maybe some wire cutters to get those out. Next you want to do is we're going to start going for some of the wheels. So I'm going to take this box off, and there's going to be 2 8 millimeters right here. So I'm just going to take those off real fast. outside. We'll be taking off the inside. So I got that off. Got 2 8mm. For everybody who knows, I mean, you want to keep control of your bolts. If you're going to be dropping it back in. I know where they're all going because I'm pretty experienced, so I don't really have to worry about it. But just to make sure you guys get everything back in, just make sure keep a hold of your bolts. So this one right here, you just pop this up. You kind of want to just go side to side with it. Not the best when it's cold out here. Alright, there we go. So, it's your one side of your harness, and then the other part, probably gonna have to take this alarm off because I gotta get to right there, but I'll show you guys where on the ECU where we're gonna start taking apart. Alright. So we gotta get to the ECU. Let me put this back up. ECU is right here. And it's gonna be 3 10s. There's one right here, one out there, then one in the back. So we'll disconnect that, and then right here, since I'm here already, unplug that plug as your E plug, and these are your A and B plugs. Basically, just push up on it, and no, that one's broken. That one's gonna be hard. You can see that clip is broke. I don't know if you can really see it, but that clip is broken, so I'm gonna have to use like a flathead. And then you got your last plug, because you can't really see, but that's a C101 plug or 302, whichever you want to call it, which side. I'm gonna disconnect that as well, and then after I disconnect the alarm piece, I'll pull that through, and we'll have basically our harness ready to disassemble with the engine. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that off, and then I'll get to the part to where you can see what you have to do to take that. There's a cover behind there, and then you have to like squeeze the little plastics to get to it. But I'm gonna go ahead and take out this bar too as well, so I'll get to that. These are 12mm, I believe, so there's 6, and then 4, or no, 4. So it's like 16 bolts just holding that down alone. And then let's see, what else do we have to do too? Oh, also on the slave cylinder, there's a 10mm that I had taken off, so don't forget to take that off. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to that, knock that out, and then so I can show you the full harness basically ready to drop out. Alright, so we got our PRB ECU. PRB is the Type S, as for some people who don't know. We're going to be sending it to K-Tuner instead of Honda. The 05, 06s are basically for the K-Tuner specifically and up. So if you wanted to use 02 to 04, you need a jumper harness, which is still end up cheaper. I believe K-Pro is like Honda is $699 and this is $450, but since it's basically 05, 06, there's no point of trying to get an older one anyways. It's cheaper to go this route, so that's the reason why we're going with K-Tuner. I wanted to show you guys the harness. So this is what is inside, and this is the clips I was trying to tell you about. You just push them in, you push 2 to the side, and then you kind of just go around. That'll pull out. And then with these, once again, you're just pulling up on them on the tabs. Can't really see. Pull up on the tabs, and then it'll just slide out. And that tab right here. Alright, so and then you have one more at the bottom. So there's 3 tabs. Okay. Alright, so 3 tabs that hold the harness on. And that's basically your engine harness. So the 2 8mm, disconnect the battery, disconnect your ECU with the 3, or actually the 2 plugs, and then the one CO1, since the other one is from the cluster that goes to the ECU. So got that ready. Next thing we're gonna tackle is our AC system. So first thing we want to do is start with the 10s. There's more tins right here. There's a tin right there. 10 that goes to the evap, and then I believe this is our oil cooler hose, so it's just another 10. We could take that off. Another bracket, another 10 for the oil cooler, and or basically that's for the power steering cooling, so they kind of run that to kind of keep it cool. On the K-swap, they actually put a cooler, so that's why I kind of said that. But anyways, and then you got another 10 right here that goes to the AC pump. So basically, we're gonna take those off right now. When you're doing this one, I suggest kind of just going halfway up and then prying it up so you don't have a big splash of Freon coming in your face. There's also one more tin right there, as you can see. So we'll go ahead and get to that. Once we have the condenser off, I can get into more detail. All right, so we got our condenser off, as you can see, and now we got our 2 AC lines that have 10s on them. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock those off real quick. Alright, so I loosened those. Now I got this basically right here. So I'm just gonna use some pliers and some channels to take that off. And then we got, let's see what we have next. Probably get to the suspension next. So but let me go ahead and just get the wheel off so we can get to where we need to go. But let me get my tools straight and I'll come back. All right, so now we're on the suspension. Let's take these wheels off. Alright, so as you can see, got to our suspension. So first thing is we want to analyze what we have. Every suspension setup is different. So on this one, this is a 22 millimeter. This is a 19, and then you got 36 millimeter. And then on the bottom, since these have buddy clubs, it's like a 21 millimeter. And these are just wheel spacers, so in case people are looking at this like it looks weird, it's just, these are just the wheel spacers. So basically gonna get ready to take this off. You want to do the ball joint first, pop that up, make sure both sides are up, and then we'll take off the axle and then our suspension next. Probably not going to do it on, I'll just take it off and then show you guys what's next after this. So because some people don't have the same suspension, like I said, so bolt size might not be exactly the same and everything. I do have the other RSX video that has me doing more of a breakdown of it, so I don't really want to just keep doing the same video. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out real quick, both sides, and so we can get the axles popped out and get this thing ready to start. Now we have the suspension completely out, we can get to the axles. So basically there's gonna be a heat shield. You can't really see, but there's a heat shield with the 3 10 millimeters, and then there's 3 half shaft bolts that are 14 millimeters. So we're gonna knock those out. Also, we have 3 bolts at the bottom. I'm gonna just unbolt from the motor mounts because I'm gonna do that while I'm down there, so I can knock that out. There's gonna be 3 14s as well, so when we pull the engine out, it'll just come up with that full bracket. And then next also is the throttle cable. They're basically some 12 millimeters. I'll knock those out as well, and start getting to the rest of what else we need to do to finish this swap. So I'm gonna knock that out and then come back. All right, so now that I got the axles out, it's time to get to the radiator and stuff, since I don't have to get under the car no more. So we're gonna pop off this hose, the bottom hose, There's like 310s. To me, it's easier to take off that way because when you try to go for this, if you're gonna be putting it back on, they tend to snap. So if you don't want to risk snapping that, go ahead and just take these 3 bolts off. Then also, gonna get to the fuel, brake booster, and the other radiator hoses back here as well. So basically the whole radiator system will be completely taken apart, and that'll basically leave us with the front mount and the side mounts over here, and it should basically be ready to pull after I do that. So let me knock out this radiator system and hoses and stuff so we can see what else we got left. Alright, so now we got our radiator and hoses from the back off, brake booster hose. Basically all we have left is, I still gotta do fuel, forgot about that. So disconnect fuel real fast. So now we can start going for our mounts. I'm gonna start getting the cherry picker ready. So you got the front mount, that's a 17. I believe what you want to do though is go for the one back here first. There's a 17 back there. Or, I know you can't really see, but do that one first because that one gets in the way. You're gonna have to take all 3 of these off to bring it up when you're lifting it. Other than that, the back one's already off. This one's broken off already, so I'm just gonna wrap that with the chain or whatever and pull that up. Take this one off. I mean, it's kind of broken too, but I'll just take it off just so it doesn't get in the way. Disconnect my fuel, and we'll start lifting this thing up and getting it out of here. Alright, so motor is out, got all the mounts out, everything's clear, so I can basically pull it forward and complete this video. So part 3 will be coming up soon. I gotta clean up this place a little bit, get rid of some cars real fast. Probably get rid of the R6 since that one's been here the longest and it's basically gutted anyway. So I should be revealing the car on the next video, part 3 of the K20Z1 swap. If you haven't, subscribe, like, share, comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next time.